Welcome to the Central Iowa Sports Network's live coverage of the 2017 Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament from downtown Des Moines. It's 40 teams from the smallest towns to the biggest cities competing for 5 titles. CISN's coverage of the 2017 state tournament is brought to you by Mid-American Energy, CenturyLink, Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Now let's go courtside at Wells Fargo Arena for the play-by-play.
Welcome, everybody, inside Wells Fargo Arena. Paul Yeager with the wonderful and great Dar, the Danielson. That's what we're going to call you now. Not the Dar, the Danielson.
Well, did you know, I'll let you know this. Today is the last performance of the Ringling Brothers Circus. They're shutting it down. So your goal of sending me off to the circus is not going to work, pal. Sorry.
Dang it. Well, it's worth a shot. Well, I guess we're going to have to find something else for him to do.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you got a face for television, Dar. We had 3A. We had 2A, 3A, and games, and then we have 4A, 5A semifinals today, 5A semifinals, and then we start giving away trophies tonight. But these are the last 4, right? Yeah. We have 4 games today.
4 semifinals.
4 semifinals here on CISN.TV before we flip over to Iowa Public Television. And I see the crew from IPTV already working.
Yeah, they're working hard getting things ready here.
They can only work between games. They're not supposed to work in-game and be on the court like us. We can only be here for like 10 minutes.
It was that game I called yesterday, and they were stringing wires in front of me on the court. That was a little rough, so they're not going to do that today, I guess.
That's what we're going to do. All right.
We give them a hard time. They do a great job, though. You guys do a great job on that coverage.
Well, we'll appreciate it. My spot up there in the rafters, because they don't let me on the floor after a while. My pass expires. I have to go up there. Can you turn Darb just a little bit, Peter? I don't hear him very well.
Yeah.
All right, Peter.
There, that's better.
Peter Tarpey's been great all week, putting up with us, and also I got to give a big shout out to Dave Mabel, doing a fantastic bang-up job with those videos.
Social media and the videos.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's great.
If you want to see some of these winners from these teams talk in the media room, lots of great interviews with Dar. And Andy Pollock did some. Pat Curtis did a couple.
And you know, and
Brian Carlisle's done some.
That's one of the things too that I've been impressed with. The players out here, the way they play, but a lot of them, you get them in the media room. There's some that are a little shy, but it's an experience too to talk to knuckleheads like me after the game. You know, and you're saying, well, you know, ask them questions about it. Some, you know, of course, some are old pros and they do it. Others, I don't know, you know, you're talking before, I don't know if I can do this, and then you start talking to them, and then they're a little shy, but they open up, and they're just excited about the game, and that's a good part of the experience for them, too.
Yeah.
And it's fun to see how they react and how they grow in that. You know, maybe the first quarterfinal game they win, and they're a little hesitant, and then if you talk to them again in the semifinal, they've used to it a little bit, and you know, they do a little bit better job of the interviews, but that's just a fun part of it too.
And you can watch all of those on the Central Iowa Sports Network Facebook page, and give us a like, and you can follow some of those and look at also some of the pictures that we have taken from the action, and a lot of the crew there. One of those old pros is Ellie Ruffridge.
Yeah.
She is used to talking to the media. She is the all-time leading scorer in Iowa girls 5-player history. Then she went and set a record last night. Blistering performance in the last game of Thursday night in that 3A semifinal. She went off for 48 points. That was an all-class record. She had to beat the thing is she had to tie the 3A record first at 46, Alexis Conaway. I never thought that one would be broken for a while. Ellie pops off for 48. She also set a free throw record. She was 16 of 16 from the line, beat her own record. And then she also had the most three-pointers in a game in Class 3A with 8.
And the impressive thing about that, it's not her just coming down and it's me. I'm shooting, I'm jacking them up. And
she's also the assist leader
too. She does what needs to be done, whether it's pass for an assist or shot, take the shot. If the others aren't hitting, she needs to take the shot, she'll take it. If they're like in the first game, Clear Lake tried to shut her down, slowed it down. She got the ball to others who hit the shots. And that's the most impressive thing about her getting that record.
Yeah.
It wasn't just because sometimes you see players who come out and it's about me shooting, you know, but that's not her at all.
Not in the least, and she handles all the interviews, and she knew she was close.
Yeah.
She had 30 at half. The net was just popping for her last night. You're in that zone. So Pocahontas down Center Point Urbana 80-59 as we look at all of the games from Class 3A.
And then that
the other semifinal was Sioux Center 81, Cherokee 56. So it'll be Sioux Center and Pokey, number 1 versus number 2 on Saturday afternoon.
And did that Sioux Center game, Cherokee, with my son Joe, and he was even impressed by the speed of Sioux Center. Well, and Cherokee, the physicalness of that game. He watches a lot of basketball, college and stuff. He said, I haven't seen a game that physical and that up and down. And it was a battle. And Sioux Center, with that style they play, they came out on top. You thought Cherokee might be able to hold with them, but they got the lead, and then they just able to keep Cherokee, hold them off.
Well, and here's the thing. If you want to sell girls basketball or you have any doubt that girls can play basketball, I want you to watch the 3A final on Saturday at 4 o'clock on Iowa Public Television. It'll be Pocahontas and Sioux Center. You are going to swear you're watching maybe the old what was the Pepperdine, right? No,
yeah.
Was it Pepperdine that ran? Loyola Marymount. Loyola Marymount.
Hank Gathers and those guys.
Man, they are up tempo, and I could easily see an 85-80 game.
Yeah, it could be. And no, pressing defense and it'll be, but Pocahontas has the power to match them too. So you're right, that's going to be a good one.
The only thing about that, Sioux Center runs a lot more off their bench. But I'm never going to doubt the competitive and the conditioning of the Pocahontas girls. Grace and Faith Meyer and Ellie will run around the arena after the game or before the game to get warm. They won't just sit there and stretch and, pull a leg and pull a leg. They will run miles before a game.
Well, you saw me today running around up the top of the arena before.
You look great.
I always
running.
do that before a broadcast.
You always got to get your heart pumping. We also had 4A.
Yeah.
We have a couple of those games today. North Scott and Cedar Rapids Xavier. That's Cedar Rapids Xavier right behind us. And over there is the Lancers from North Scott. That's the north side of Davenport, if you're curious where North Scott is. And then Pella and Marion do battle after that.
North Scott took it to Nevada and kind of overpowered them with their speed a little bit and won that game. And then Xavier came in and had to hold off a gritty Grinnell team. Grinnell making their first trip down here, and that was a good test for Xavier. They held off Grinnell right up to the final minute, and so that was a good test for them in that game.
And when you look at Marion and Pella, this could be a good championship game. Sometimes you have the better game in the semifinals. These are two of the better teams. Pella has a phrase that they use: "Screw the two." They're tired of getting second place.
Yeah, and
I think they let that slip, and they weren't supposed to.
They kind of laughed about it a little bit, but Pella, they're another one of those teams you just never count out. It's a close game, but they just have so many weapons too that they go to. And Marion has been kind of top ranked, but maybe overlooked a little bit, as because of Pella wanting to get back and some of the focus on them, and then Cedar and Cedar Rapids Xavier getting a little more looks maybe, and Marion might be that team that's a little overlooked in this.
Well, Marion lost to Linn-Mar. That was their only loss of the season. Pella has a few more losses. They could claim they were the overlooked one. But they also had to play Indianola twice, and they played them tough both times. Indianola number 1 in 5A, who we will see later today. Indianola has the first game against, I wrote down Indianola Johnston. That's my one mistake I've noticed on my sheet.
Cedar
Falls down City High. So it'll be Indianola and Cedar Falls coming up at 1:30. Dar and Andy Pollock will have that. And then Cedar Falls and, I'm all off.
No, that...
Jiminy Christmas.
It's
Valley and Iowa City West.
Iowa City West, yeah.
Man, good thing I brought this sheet that has documents on it.
All
right, quickly
you want to talk
5A.
about the 5A?
Let's talk 5A.
Indianola, of course, Grace Berg had that tournament record for 5A with 36 points. Cedar Falls, they played the spoiler last year and moved to the second round. They did again this year, moved to the second round, so we'll see. Indianola's kind of had a little bit of that chip on their shoulder, I asked him, well, you play a lot of 4A teams. Is that They said, yeah, we sometimes hear that we're, don't play as tough a competition, but we're ready to take anybody on, and we'll see that here today against Cedar Falls.
And, Valley is rolled over their rival. Valley's playing really good basketball right now.
Yeah, and yesterday I talked with Western Christian.
Yeah.
They had one of the best starts I've seen in a tournament game. Talked to their coach about that. And Valley's right there with them in that quarterfinal round game. They came out and everything just clicking offensively, defensively to start that game. We'll see if they can keep that up. They're on a bit of a mission themselves, never having won a girls basketball title at the school, so they kind of want to finish out with that. But then Iowa City West will give them a tough test in that. They beat them earlier in the season.
Yep.
But that was a while ago, as Coach Segrist would point out for Valley. That was a long time ago, and a lot of teams change, and his team has changed, and so that'll be a good game too.
They all evolve as it goes on. So, all right, time to take a break, Peter? Let's take a break, unless you got one final thought.
No, I'm excited to see these semifinals. If they're anything like yesterday's, it's going to be fun, and then the championships tonight to get it going. Yeah,
and before we go, I do want to say, so these are on the Central Iowa Sports Network, based in Iowa, CISN.TV, and local announcers. In terms of we live in Iowa, we're here, the crew's from Iowa, and very appreciative of what the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union's allowed us to do this year.
Yeah, they've been great to us. Yeah.
Thank you for all of their support, and also the officials. When you're sitting at this table, the officials will come and tell you what's going on in the game. Kind of a clarification. In fact, I saw that I got at the end of the Iowa-Wisconsin game last night, and the officials
I was
came
watching
over.
The same thing. They came over, and I said, hey, that kind of makes us big time because they're doing the same to us here on CISN.TV, aren't they? Yeah.
Talking about the flagrant one and how
we had that. We had that yesterday with. There was a foul, and I wrote down it was 15, and then they announced it 25. So I'll change it. Well, a minute or so later, they stopped and they went over there, and they were talking about it. So then they came over, and then the official came over. Well, there was a miswriting of the foul. It was 15, not 25. And he explained it to us, and it's really cool to have him do that.
It is, and big thanks to them. And then we move over to Iowa Public Television for championship coverage tonight. 1A starts at 6 o'clock, the pregame show, which I'll be on with Laura Leonard and Molly Parrott. That begins at 5:30, and we'll look ahead to the Springville Turkey Valley 1A championship. And then in 2A, it'll be Western Christian and Trainer.
And you have some special features in the broadcast, too, don't you, teams?
We do. We'll feature the Turkey Valley squad in the 1A game. And in 2A, it's Central Decatur, which lost earlier in the week. So those will be the two features. They're already online if you want to go to the Iowa Public Television Facebook page, which also will stream the games in addition to iptv.org. And then, so if you're out of the state, if you're watching this out of the state and you want to watch the championships tonight, it'll be on iptv.org.
Okay, well, we better get out of here before they kick us out of here to get the game
going. The referees are looking at us and saying, gentlemen, it's time to go. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and we'll get you ready for this game between Cedar Rapids Xavier and North Scott. This is the girls' tournament from Des Moines.
Spring has arrived at the all-new Fireplace Superstore. Drop in and check out all the new 2017 patio furniture. At Fireplace Superstore, you will find Central Iowa's most complete outdoor furniture selection for your deck and patio, including gas and charcoal grills, fire pits, and wicker furniture. Get in on the early spring savings going on now. Fireplace Superstore has been creating your outdoor style for over 35 years. Fireplace Superstore just west of Homemakers on Douglas in Urbandale.
Ask anyone you know, they will tell you the best meat comes from Fairway. We take pride in our meat counter and choose nothing but the best choice beef for our customers. From ribeyes to ribs, chicken to brats, we have them all. From grilling season to crock-pot weather, we have you covered. Fairway, best at choice beef.
It's Truck Month at the all-new Schottenkirk Ford in Indianola. Get $12,000 off select new F-150s and a 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. $12,000 off select new F-150s. Or get 0% for 72 months. To bulk up fresh local trades, Schottenkirk Ford is in a position to give you more for your trade. The Schottenkirk Experience, now available in Indianola. The all-new Schottenkirk Ford of Indianola. SchottenkirkFord.com.
Welcome to the Iowa Girls High School State Basketball Tournament. Joining me here is Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Executive Director Gene Berger. Man, this is a time you look for. Opening day of the tournament, huh?
It's the best, and there's no snow.
Yeah.
I survived the first snowstorm. It didn't land on state tournament.
You've been doing some different things here on these tournaments come along and kind of putting new touches. Anything new we're going to see here today at the girls' tourney?
Well, wait till championship, then we have some things for the winners, but we do have some VIP hospitality on the floor. We're going to have some new in-game things where you might see some contests and some interviews. We surveyed the teams with a questionnaire like, what's the thing your coach says all the time, or who imitates, what's your favorite song? So you'll see a lot more of information about the girls and their teams.
A little more of the color pink in there too, huh?
Absolutely, pink and black.
Well, we're a little nervous because we've been making all these preparations. You get nervous when these tournaments start, or do you feel everything's ready to go and here it goes?
I get a little nervous. It's my first one. We had a meeting this morning and we run from 1 year experience to 42 years of experience. So we have some good people that know what they're doing. The facility people are awesome. But just like anything else, if something goes wrong, we'll have to address it. But yeah, now we just want to play.
Yep, get it going. Well, thank you, Gene. Gene Berger, the Executive Director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union here. We're ready for basketball.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Iowa Girls High School State Basketball Tournament.
Hey, it's annual enrollment for most Iowa HealthLink members. If you signed up in April last year, you can change plans or keep things the way they are. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, I'll probably check out all the plans again. I'm thinking about switching. I just want to make some healthy changes this year. Who do you have?
I'm staying with Amerigroup. I get all the regular benefits plus lots of extras. Rewards for getting checkups and free Weight Watchers.
Wow, that sounds great. I'm going with Amerigroup too.
Choose Amerigroup. Call 1-800-338-8366 today.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream, we make history.
Honesty, integrity, hard work, discipline.
Hi, I'm Greg Schottenkirk, and for over 50 years, our dealerships have been built on these principles.
I'm Doug DeArmond, managing partner. For the last 12 years, we've shown Waukee a new way of doing business.
And now we're going to show Ford buyers in Indianola the same way.
Introducing the all-new Schottenkirk Ford in Indianola. Schottenkirk Ford of Indianola. Now 2 stores and 1 name to better serve you. SchottenkirkFord.com.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Welcome back to Wells Fargo Arena. Paul Yeager and Dar Danielson as we get ready for this Class 4A semifinal. We have 2 4As today and 2 5As coming up this afternoon before we step away for the finals. Dar, Xavier, a winner over Grinnell, 60-55, and North Scott, a winner over Nevada, 57-27. And North Scott, 19-5, head coach of TJ Case. They have 5 losses to Assumption, Bettendorf, Dubuque Hempstead, Davenport North, and Pleasant Valley. One of those a tournament team, play in a conference where they're up a class. And some years that works in their favor. This year it looks like it's working in their favor.
Yeah, because they're tournament ready to go here. As you say, some years you don't get the competition that you need, but and this is one of those years where you do. And when you look at them, they both have a score in double figures, and then the other 4 starters all kind of fill in, close to getting up to double figures, but not there. And the scoring really well spread across the top starting 5 here for both these teams. And then it'll be Carly Rucker, the leading scorer for North Scott, and then Lexi Noonan, leading scorer for Cedar Rapids Xavier. So when you look at it offensively, a little bit similar in that coming into this ball game.
And Xavier makes their way out of the floor. You can see them on the screen from far away as they give you the high slash cam. That's what's called the slash cam.
Slash cam because it's in the side there view.
It's one of those that bails you out if something doesn't go right. So you can slash to that if, nothing else has gone well. Again today, which I don't see the regular. We might not have the same opening ceremony that we did yesterday unless those guys appear.
Well, they had the color guard?
Yeah, I don't see them. Maybe they're just saving them for tonight, and that's very possible.
Yeah, that could be. I think one of the things the girls' union is doing is trying to create a little bit different thing for each level. I think, you quarterfinals is they set, and then they ramp it up just a little bit for the semifinals. Some of the stuff they did with the teams on the scoreboard is really cool, where they go into the locker room. And then tonight there's even more. It's like when I talked to Jean Berger before the tournament started, they said, anything new planned? We got some things you'll see, but she didn't want to reveal her hand totally there on all the stuff they're going to do. But they try to just ramp it up because each round a little more special. And then, of course, you get to the title game, and that's the main spotlight focus.
North Scott, second time in 4 years they've been here to state, 6th time in school history, playing the Mississippi Athletic Conference, as we mentioned, coached by TJ Case, who has his daughter Presley on the team. And I asked Presley about that after their quarterfinal game. What's that like to have Ditch? Because that's all I've really ever known, and a lot of times that's what you find with these two teams. Now Xavier brings in Tom Lilly, who is in his 32nd season of coaching. 19 at Xavier, and the only reason it's 19 is because he was at Regis before. When they had LaSalle and Regis, he was the Regis coach. And so he's been in that program. Graduate of Wartburg College. I have to throw that in there wherever I can.
We won't hold that against him.
We won't hold that against him. But here's the thing, though. Cedar Rapids they slept in their own beds last night, came over this morning. And Coach says, you know what, if they want to sleep, they can sleep on the bus, but they have to get up that time for school anyway, so we might as well continue.
A little more normal.
Just who you're going to be watching for Xavier is Lexi Noonan, 14 points a game, and Kylie Brown with 7. But let's go over to Gina Rogers.
Let's start with the non-starters for the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Cedar Rapids Xavier Saints. Number 0, Libby Arnold. Number 2, Addie Hoffman. Number 4, Paige Diebold. Number 5, Janae Marshall. Number 10, Lauren Cooling. Number 23, Maria Steffen. Number 24, Jess Callahan. Number 32, Maddox Stovey. And number 40, Emily Jasper. The assistant coaches for the Saints are Stephanie Potts, Erica Kearns, Beth Somick, and Jim Potts. Now the non-starters for the Lancers, the home team on the scoreboard. Number 10, Erica Lusart. Number 12, Maddie Case. Number 24, Alyssa Perrin. Number 32, Heather Hager. Number 40, Hannah Moeller. Number 50, Madeline Latham. And number 52, Cora Nagel. Assistant coaches for the Lancers are Devin Ralston, Paul Rucker, and Todd Satterley. Now let's get the starting lineups for both teams. For the Saints, number 1, Kiana Stonick. For the Lancers, number 2, Presley Case. For the Saints, number 3, Caitlin Daniels. For the Lancers, number 4, Carly Rucker. For the Saints, number 12, Kylie Brown. For the Lancers, number 14, Savannah Bogner. For the Saints, number 13, Lexi Noonan. For the Lancers, number 20, Riley Rucker. For the Saints, number 34, Amelia Ivester. And for the Lancers, number 42, Grace Buffelli. Head coach for the Saints is Tom Lilly. Head coach for the Lancers is TJ Case. Our officials for today's game are Brett Johnson, Kurt Stroth, and Blake Reinecke. Members of the Carlisle High School Choir, under the direction of Eileen Miller, will now sing our national anthem. Please rise and honor our great country.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red columns bursting aloft gave proof through the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The group from Carlisle performing our national anthem this morning as we are moments away from Xavier and North Scott. Changing the starting lineup for North Scott from the other night, Savannah Bogner in place of Erica Lusart, so it'll be Case, Rucker, Buffelli, and Bogner, Stanek, Daniels, Brown, Noonan, and Ivester. Dar Danielson, keys to the ball game, sir, as those lineups are brought to you by Fairway.
I think the key for both these teams is to come out and play your game. You know, you got the first one, the jitters out, the quarterfinals, and come out and do what you do. Attack and do what you do first and get in the flow as quickly as you can. It seems like the team that comes out and gets a lead sometimes is the team that, you know, you can get a step up. Now there's teams that play back, but come out, be focused, and, you know, you got all the jitters out. You aren't thinking right now about the championship. You're just thinking about winning this game.
You're thinking about getting to the championship.
Yeah, you're just thinking about right now to get there. You got to win this game. So you're thinking about what you went over in the scouting report and the walkthroughs and all that, and just come out and do what you did in your preparation.
North
That
Scott,
sounds simple, but
it does sound simple. North Scott in white, Xavier in blue. The tip is retained by Xavier's Kylie Brown, and here come the Saints up ahead. First shot was almost there, and the Lancers settle in. Looks like a 2-3 zone, Dar. Kind of trying to push Xavier to the outside and kind of keep Ivester in check down low, as well as Brown. And we're going to have a whistle early. And I think they whistled Savannah Bogner is whistled for the foul. Her first foul. And the shot is off the mark by Stanek. And the Lancers push it. Carly Rucker to the right. Nice move by Case. 10-footer is good for Grace Buffelli.
And pressure by Marion. But they handle it all right.
Driving and missing are the Saints. Almost the rebound, Ivester. Cleared, though, by Carly Rucker. Oh, nice cut by Buffelli. The layup, good, 4-0, Buffelli.
Ivester was hustling back, but they beat her back on defense and got quickly behind the defense on the break. So we'll watch that and see if they're able to continue doing that throughout the game.
Still some pressure. And then dropping back into that zone. Brown flashes high, down low, pass stolen away by Rucker. Buffelli missed one Rucker, got it to the other. Case thinks about the NBA three. Xavier locked in man-to-man, it looks like.
With Ivester kind of sagging in the middle there a little bit.
Rucker pulls up for Bogner. This is the first extended offensive sequence that the Lady Lancers have had.
Good job by Ivester there on the block.
Brown a little frustrated there. I think somebody was supposed to cut. Oh, just too much mustard for Noonan.
I think they were trying to, they've been double teaming Ivester. They were starting her up high, and I think they wanted her to cut into the lane and look for her flashing through the lane. Because when she's down there setting up and stationary, it's easier to cover her. They're getting two double teaming her down there in that zone. That time they started her up, and I think they wanted her to break down a little quicker on that.
Early on, 2-0 turnover. Xavier leads the Lancers. Not exactly the way you want to start. Case with it. Rucker. Carly, who'll continue her career at Northern Iowa. Nice move to the left, to the right, through the rack. No good. Rebound, Buffelli, and she's fouled by Ivester. Before or on the shot. On the shot,
Yep.
not before the shot. It's not on the floor, Dar. It's before the shot.
Which means two shots instead of taking it out on the round.
Correct, because that was only the first. That would only be the first team foul for Xavier. Buffelli 5, Xavier 0.
And that's going to be a good matchup. Ivester and Buffelli underneath there. Freshman against junior.
Grace hits the second. 6-0 run to start the game for the Lady Lancers. Case gives some pressure. Another almost turnover. Oh, nice cut by Brown. Stanek. Noonan. Oh, nice pass, giving it up there for Ivester.
Yeah, and there she came out from the baseline a little bit. And when the defense collapsed, it was a good look to find her open in the middle of the lane. And she's going to have to move around a little bit to keep from getting double teamed.
Moeller, who's into the ball game, and that's kicked by Daniels.
And down to the photographers on the far end.
And that was to a Xavier photographer. And I was looking, the Xavier fans weren't in their regular blue. They're in the green, the old LaSalle green, back in the day when there were still two schools, two Catholic schools in Cedar Rapids. Regis had the red and yellow, and that's where Coach Lilly was. He was a football assistant, stolen away by Daniels. And it's going to be a charge. Stepping in to take it is Rucker. She had the position.
And Daniels did everything right, and behind the back dribble, good ball handling until she got in there and just a little too much into the defender. Should have maybe pulled up sooner and shot it.
Carly had 20 on 20 and 7. She had 7 rebounds as well from her guard position back on Tuesday.
And you got to like somebody named Daniels It's pretty close to being the perfect name, isn't it?
Very, very close. Riley Rucker's shot is blocked. And Moeller will inbound. Lusart on the court now for the Lancers as well.
They stayed in the man-to-man. A lot of teams sometimes go zone on the inbound under, but they're staying right here in the man-to-man.
A 3-and-1 move. That's an interesting one. I haven't seen that. Buffelli gets the inbounds pass, and then Rucker will have it. Three-pointer on the way, and off the mark by Moeller. And the Saints clear. Nice pass, Brown. Tries to get around Buffelli. And again, weak side rebound, Carly Rucker. Pushes the tempo up ahead. Leaves it, nice series of passes. Buffelli goes up, gets it, and then she's fouled the second time. And oh man, Ivester not happy.
Well, to me it seemed like Buffelli initiated the contact there on that. It's a second on Ivester too.
For Mid-American Energy, putting power in your hands means helping keep families safe. To learn more, visit midamericanenergy.com. First free throw by Grace Buffelli is good. Again, Buffelli, all 7 points of the Lancers as she misses the second.
Maddie Stovey in for Xavier.
Brown leaves it. Nice three-pointer look on the way from Brown, or Noonan left it for Brown. The Lancers hustling, but not enough.
Well, Moeller just kind of caught her foot as she came out of there with that rebound and fell down and couldn't get to it. There's a few patches on the floor, it seems like sometimes where you catch your foot or something here.
Oh, I thought you were going to say there's a few patches where they've left a lot of skin because there's been a lot of diving for loose balls this week.
Well, a lot of that. Some teams you see wearing the full knee pads.
Pocahontas, one of those. Sioux Center, one of those.
Yeah.
So that just tells you right there that those two teams are not afraid to
get
dive
down and go at it
on the floor. Turnover again for the Saints, and the Lancers trying to extend on their 5-point lead here. Bogner thought about it, puts the move on, drives. Rebound Moeller, and she's fouled during the shot. Two more. Hey, from focusing on food safety to promoting animal care, protecting Iowa's natural resources to enhancing the quality of life in their communities, Iowa pig farmers are doing it right. To learn more, visit iowapork.org. Free throw off the mark by Hannah Moeller, the senior. Back in, Riley Rucker. Going out is Erica Lusart.
That foul on Maddie Stovey, who came in after Ivester picked up her second. She'll have to help handle the defense down low.
Someone other than Buffelli scores for North Scott. The lead back to 6 and 1. Great move to the hole by Maddox Stovey.
Well, no hesitation. She took it right at the defender, draws the foul, and a good pass ahead to find her, and she had a one-on-one move, and there's no pulling up, just took it to the hole there and got the bucket and the foul.
Bogner picks up her second foul, and she'll have to sit. Free throw is taken by the Lancers, Erica Lusart. She had a good 30-second break on the bench. Case in the corner, drives. You know, Case is fouled on the floor. And Caitlin Daniels will be whistled. That's freshman on freshman there. Case, I had to ask her, I really don't ask ages, but I just had to ask Presley how old she was. She said she's 14.
Whoa.
And she has a younger look to her, but man, her play is like a senior or a junior. She just has such great poise. Makes the move to left. Almost thought about the step back three. Rucker drives at the left and is fouled in the shot. And I'll tell you what, North Scott has done a great job so far, Dar, of attacking. And getting fouled.
I was just about to say it. Both offensively and defensively, they've had Xavier just not quite in the flow yet either way. And credit North Scott for taking it at him on offense, as you say.
First free throw is good. Daniels picks up the foul. That's her second. So you have Ivester and Daniels with 2 fouls as Carly Rucker hit the first and the second free throw.
Getting to a point here, 6-point lead, but you'd like to get a basket and get that offense in the flow. They just haven't had it yet here for the Saints.
The lead cut back up to 6. Approaching the 2-minute mark. Driving, and then that Lancer defense collapsing. And Rucker's going to be whistled for the foul. Reaching in, Carly Rucker.
And there with the ball movement for Xavier, something good happens as Kiana Stanek comes back in.
Ball goes off of Case's foot, and I think Bogner, no, that was Lusart that came up with the loose ball. Carly Rucker drives, the fadeaway off the glass, misses the iron. The wrong side of the iron for her to get that shot, and the Saints clear it out. And I'll tell you what, another turnover forced by North Scott. I think Xavier's really had a hard time with this zone.
Yeah, but you see what Presley Case did? They were looking for the outlet, but Presley Case came up and got up on defense in the backcourt and didn't let her send that ball up the floor, and then that led to the turnover on the other end. So good pressure in the backcourt by Presley Case on that one.
Rucker. Now to Case. Driving. Tell you what, a couple of these Lancer players not intimidated by the size of Xavier. Just driving it in reminds me of a couple of other players we've seen this week. 15-footer off to the front of the iron. Presley Case pushes it to Rucker. And then great job getting her hand into it is Lexi Noonan for the Saints. 3-point on the way. Good! Caitlin Daniels.
Well, we'll see if that ignites the Xavier offense. Cuts the lead in half.
And let's see. And Noonan thought she maybe had been fouled, but it turns out she's whistled for the foul.
When you look at it,
and we're already in the 1-and-1.
Yeah, when you look at it, Xavier shoots a little higher percentage from three-point range, 33 to 26 for North Scott.
Free throw is good by Riley Rucker.
And we're already under a minute in the quarter. It seems like it's gone fast here in this first quarter. You see the rebound underneath there and the foul.
Yeah, it was position right there.
Yeah.
I think it's not over the back. It's called displacement, but that's not the call in that situation. That was just as the second free throw is off the mark. Stanek will push it for Xavier on the left side in blue. Still trying to just find any interior entrance and just having to move it around the outside. Sometimes good offenses against a 2-3 have to move the ball well and do good backside.
Nice back cut, yes.
That is the other part of that offense, and Steffen did it right there.
When you move the ball, you get the defense's eyes on the ball, and then, boom, back cut, and it's right there, wide open layup.
Lead down to 2.
Under 10 seconds.
Rucker drives, high off the glass, no good, and that's going to be a foul on North Scott's Moeller. Hannah Moeller.
So all of a sudden, after kind of trailing here most of the first quarter, Xavier with 5.7 seconds ago come down, hit a shot, and could tie it up or take a lead here.
I would not believe the field goal percentage if I had to ask it. 2 seconds. 1 second shot's good if it goes. It does! Kylie Brown at the buzzer gives Xavier their first lead of the game as we move to quarter number 2. Great way to finish it. Oh, wow, what a shot, Dar.
Yep, and set up perfectly right up the floor. She was set, squared, shot it with the defender coming out at her. And sometimes that helps you when the defender's coming out with a hand up because you get more arc on that shot. And she put it right up and in.
And we're going to see it again because I'm holding to see until we see it. Here's the drive. Kind of left it at the door. Nice look. Nice look. That'll do it the second quarter when we come back.
Took a long time to get there.
Hey, it's annual enrollment for most Iowa HealthLink members. If you signed up in April last year, you can change plans or keep things the way they are. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, I'll probably check out all the plans again. I'm thinking about switching. I just want to make some healthy changes this year. Who do you have?
I'm staying with AmeriGroup. I get all the regular benefits plus lots of extras. Rewards for getting checkups and free Weight Watchers.
Wow, that sounds great. I'm going with AmeriGroup too.
Choose AmeriGroup. Call 1-800-338-8366 today.
Hey.
Xavier is shooting 50% from the field, and I just would not believe that. And North Scott, 17%. North Scott was leading until the final .1 of the quarter.
Well, the thing is, they've had 6 turnovers, so they haven't had, a lot of their offensive possessions ended in turnovers. So that's why it seemed like they weren't shooting so well as a 3.
Rebound Xavier, fighting for it Rucker, and that's going to stay North Scott. Riley Rucker was fighting Lexi Noonan there, and it just kind of, when you have to rip it away trying to grab a hold of it, sometimes if you don't have the full handle, it goes right out of your hands and out of bounds, and that's what it did. Rucker drives. The scoop for the loop is good. Carly Rucker for 2.
Just found the seam right in there.
And it's back to a 1-point lead for the Lancers. Good open look for Xavier. It's going to be to the right and go out of bounds and go to North Scott as Brown had a good open look there. Rucker in the corner. Inside Buffelli, who had a good hot start. Riley Rucker for 3. No good. Rebound Presley Case. Shot is blocked by Xavier's Caitlin Daniels.
How tall is, they don't list their heights.
Timeout on Cedar Rapids Xavier. We'll step away for a moment.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history.
Tom Lilly in his saddle shoes talk it over with the Saints. He wears those shoes because he says they're the most comfortable.
Are they? Well,
They're nice looking. Kind of remind me of Chuck Offenberger.
Yeah,
he used to wear those saddle shoes, covering the girls' tournament. I think I need a pink coat and saddle shoes. How about just a suit and cowboy boots? Will that work?
Yeah.
3-pointer on the way. Good for Carly Rucker.
Good quick off the inbound. Both offenses starting to heat up a little bit here.
Xavier moving it around. The Lancers playing a little better help side, backside defense, and that's a forced 3 by Stanek. 15 turnovers for North, or that's 15 rebounds, 15-7 for rebounds.
Xavier, a few more passes. When they started passing a little more, you got to move that zone around. That time maybe the shot just a little too quick. Good hustle to cover that on the far side.
She put it where Carly Rucker was going to be. Riley thinks about it left, goes right. Buffelli was open for just a moment. Good defense there by Ivester. Setting a screen, waiting for that cut. Three-pointer, good for the Lancers, Erica Lussart.
Back-to-back threes, ups that lead to 7.
After a 1-point advantage to Xavier, it's been an 8-0 run.
And now man defense by the Lancers.
So sometimes when you make that switch mid-possessions, you got to see how that team adjusts.
Ivester trying to work in there.
I noticed that too. She was bustling there. Ivester just reaches up over. It was pretty easy to get over the two small guards. But they were the ones trying to rebound. That ends the 8-0 run. Drive and score to the rack.
They are so quick on that penetration that you have to be ready on defense. And part of it, Ivester, I think, with the 2 fouls, is a little off, stepping off a little bit on defense, not as aggressive.
She is fighting Buffelli.
Yep.
Oh, Lussart, what she did there is she took out Buffelli, but Lussart and Riley Rucker did a great job of moving their feet.
And drew the offensive foul on that.
So Mueller back in for North Scott. Sitting down is Lussart, who's had the last 5 points for Coach Case. Riley to Case. Nice pass, Riley, inside to Moeller for 2 more. Hannah Moeller.
North Scott doing a little better job on offense, moving that ball around there. And it kind of loosens you up. You hit a couple threes and then opens up the drive a little more, too.
Up by 9 now. North Scott moves it. Turnaround, Ivester. Or that was Stovey, sorry. Stovey's fighting it. And I tell you what, Noonan was trying to get the timeout called. Probably better that she didn't because it stays Xavier basketball. They had the alternating possession arrow in their favor. Nice touch pass back.
What an inbound, great
Noonan.
inbound play. You forget about the passer inbound, and Noonan passed it, waited a second beat, jumped in, and boom, got it in an easy turnaround jumper.
Rucker drives, the lefty, and one.
Felt the pressure, the contact, and kept right on going, extended that arm out, laid it up off the glass.
Riley kind of showing, hey, don't let Carly get all the attention. I can do those moves too. Always shop Fairway's full-service meat counter for the best USDA choice beef, all natural pork and chicken. To learn more, visit fairway.com. Free throw good by Riley Rucker.
So a 10-point lead now all of a sudden. Here's where Xavier, just work the ball. Work it around a little bit.
Oh, nice drive. And that's one thing maybe the Saints aren't doing that North Scott is doing. Xavier's not really attacking and trying to create.
Great.
They're just trying to do it on the passing route. But North Scott is just in almost every lane.
Especially since they switched to the man. You could drive a little more.
Free throw good by Kiana Stanek. Her first points of the game. Hey, basketball fans, save money while in Greater Des Moines. The Catch Des Moines Fun Pass features deals and discounts at places like Fong's Pizza, the Science Center of Iowa, and the MB2 Raceway. Speaking of Fong's Pizza, one of the teams had said they actually tried Fong's Pizza and they were really excited. It was Turkey Valley. They've been down here all week, and they loved the legendary Crab Rangoon Pizza. Three-pointer on the way by Rucker is no good. Chased down by Xavier. You like that Crab Rangoon Pizza, don't you?
Yeah, it's all right.
But I said it to Sioux Center. I said, we're thinking of doing pizza. And I said, well, you could go to this place called Fong's, as there's a foul on
Lussart,
the Lancers, on Lussart.
And
she wanted, when I said Crab Rangoon, they kind of thought, no way, no how. As I tell you what, Lusart's trying to plead her case.
Yeah.
Future litigator there.
Well, she's saying, I wasn't pushing her. I had the space and did it in the right way. You can ask the official, talk to him as long as you're doing it in the right way.
Case had her hand in it momentarily. Oh, good. Good backdoor cut and then blocked, and Lusart is pumped that she jumped 4 feet off the floor. She was so excited.
She didn't like the foul, so she comes back and used that energy into getting the block. That was cool.
Are we going to see that one again? Hopefully we do, because that was a nice block. We won't. Maybe that'll be in the halftime highlights. Good inbounds pass. Just the shot didn't fall. Case clears it. Fighting numbers and a lot of traffic. Drive. She's going to shoot it. Oh, she was going to go for the reverse. And then the foul will be on the Lancers out of frustration the other way. It's on Presley Case. The freshman picks up the foul.
Well, Northscotta was shooting about 18% to start the game. They've doubled that now. They brought it up. And Xavier just, their percentage has gone down. They haven't got as many good shots, though, here.
And Northscott and TJ Case will have a conversation. How about you watch what we're going to show you right now? Here's the highlight. Before we go to break, I want to show this again. This was the block by Lusart. We'll be back after this.
Ask anyone you know, they will tell you the best meat comes from Fairway. We take pride in our meat counter and choose nothing but the best choice beef for our customers. From ribeyes to ribs, chicken to brats, we have them all. From grilling season to crock-pot weather, we have you covered. Fairway, best at choice beef.
What's that you say? What's that you say? Free throw is good by Maria Stefan, that cheer. They were both doing it at the same time.
The student section's awake and ready here early, aren't they?
Oh, my goodness. The Northscott had about half the crowd the other night because their boys were playing in a tournament game. And so it was really just a lot of the girls. It was like 4 to 5 rows of girls. Normally you don't see a bunch of girls in the front row. But they were the other night for Northscott, but they've probably doubled their student body section.
Yeah, today, yep.
Today. Rucker pulls up her dribble. She's going to need some help from Case. 4.5.
Wow, that was.
Maybe 4 3/4. Rucker. Carly drives. Stop, hesitate, go. Buffelli back on. And I think Stefan was whistled.
Yeah, now she's asking too about it. Looked like she got ball there, and she's questioned the referee on that. Anyway.
For over 100 years, expertise and experience have made Lincoln Savings Bank the bank of choice for thousands of Iowans. Join with Lincoln Savings Bank as your lifelong financial partner.
Let's see the foul coming up here. Well, that looked like a lot of ball to me.
I know, and I think that's what she was claiming.
Yeah.
Buffelli hits the second.
When you say Buffelli, it comes to mind. Remember Connor Buffelli?
I was thinking the same.
He played football, but he played basketball for a while, and he was a sight to see, the big lineman coming down playing basketball. He gave it up, I think, like a senior to focus on football, but there's a good lid side look. Seeing him running down the floor pops into my head every time you say Buffelli. Offensive.
And one.
No,
offensive. They're going to wave it off. Great job stepping in and defending the territory.
Lusart draws the foul.
So Lusart had the foul, the block, and now the foul again. Coming up at halftime, Rick Wilson will join us, radio guy from the Indianola Pella area. Talk about Indianola's 5A game. We can hear a little bit from our friend Rick. Approaching the 1.5 mark, left in the half. Stolen away. Rucker causes it. Case gets it. Back to Rucker. Hits the bottom side of the iron. Lusart dives in for it, or that's Bogner. And it'll stay North Scott basketball.
The great recovery on defense to get back and get a hand on that, and kind of, I think, made her alter that shot so it hit the rim and didn't get a good look at it on the breakout.
Cut by Rucker. Riley to Carly. Underside Buffelli, too tall to pass. There to receive it is Kiana Stanek, who pushes the tempo. Good cut and move, and one. No, it'll be a shot, a foul on the shot then. As I'll tell you what, Stovey just made a great cut to the basket.
And we're
there.
seeing a little more of that movement. Before they were passing it and standing around off the ball, and we're seeing a little bit more cutting and moving off the ball for them.
Free throw is good. Maddox Stovey gets her first point of the game. And she hits the second. Now the Saints have 23, back within 4 by the Lancers. So the Xavier Saints have responded.
And big last minute of the half here for them. Can they get a little closer with the stop here?
Well, they took the lead right at half, or right before the quarter break. Can they do it again? Rucker down low. Will drive around and will be fouled on the shot.
Now, that's basketball smarts there. You got two taller players on you, and, you know, instead of just trying to go up and make a wild shot, you dribble around them and go in and then draw the foul. You know, some players might try to go up through those two, but no. Dribble around and take a better shot, and you end up going to the foul line.
Sometimes those vertically challenged players have a way of finding, as you see, look at her. Yep. She moves, goes up and under, and then she crossed it back over with the left. I thought because if she would have used the right, she would have hit the backside of the iron.
Gets 1 or 2 free throws.
So it's back to a 5-point lead for the Saints, or for the Lancers, as the Saints are looking up. Approaching 30 seconds. And it's pushed ahead, and that's going to be a turnover right into one of the empty chairs on the press table over there. Coach Case not pleased with the way that one worked. Case used to be at the Durant area. He's a teacher in the Davenport School District, which is just about 10 minutes south of Eldridge, where the North Scott High School is.
Because it's North Scott County, right?
North Scott County, so that's Parkview and Long Grove and Eldridge. Everybody knows Parkview. Don't forget Donahue.
Yeah.
I think it's Don's Tap in Donahue, if I remember correctly from my days at KWQC. Case is going to step up to it. 8 seconds, 6 seconds. Muller's got to go. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Create the shot. It'll go. It'll count if it goes, but it won't. And we'll go to the break with a 5-point North Scott advantage, 28-23. A 17-9 second quarter. Hopefully we can see some of those halftime highlights before we go to break here, as we have one of the dance teams approaching. And maybe we won't. That'll probably be after. So we'll show you what we can when we can, but we'll come back, and Rick Wilson will join us here as we look ahead to one of the 5A semifinals. This is the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Spring has arrived at the all-new Fireplace Superstore. Drop in and check out all the new 2017 patio furniture. At Fireplace Superstore, you will find Central Iowa's most complete outdoor furniture selection for your deck and patio. including gas and charcoal grills, fire pits, and wicker furniture. Get in on the early spring savings going on now. Fireplace Superstore has been creating your outdoor style for over 35 years. Fireplace Superstore just west of Homemakers on Douglas in Urbandale.
Ask anyone you know, they will tell you the best meat comes from Fairway. We take pride in our meat counter and choose nothing but the best choice beef for our customers. From ribeyes to ribs, chicken to brats, we have them all. From grilling season to crock-pot weather, we have you covered. Fairway, best at choice beef.
It's Truck Month at the all-new Schottenkirk Ford in Indianola. Get $12,000 off select new F-150s and a 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. $12,000 off select new F-150s. Or get 0% for 72 months. To bulk up fresh local trades, Schottenkirk Ford is in a position to give you more for your trade. The Schottenkirk Experience, now available in Indianola. The all-new Schottenkirk Ford of Indianola. SchottenkirkFord.com.
We are here at halftime. It's North Scott 28, Cedar Rapids Xavier 23. Dar Danielson with you. You're watching a dance team here on the video, Southeast Polk dance team. And joining me here at halftime, Rick Wilson, one of the radio guys here along Media Row and covering Indianola. And it's been quite a run for them the last couple of years, but they're looking to try to advance a little farther here, aren't they, Rick?
Well, they are. And of course, the last couple of years they got up here, got that quarterfinal game, got beat. And this year the focus and the girls really wanted to get that first game, and they did. They got that monkey off their back, basically, and they got up here, and they were focused to do that and driven to get here. And now that they've done that, this next game will be that, and then if they're fortunate to win, we hope we do, and then it'll be that championship game, and that's what they've wanted all season long.
Talk a bit about what you've seen in the development the last several years with this team.
Well, Bert Hansen, the head coach, took over about 10 years ago or so, and really the program was, he needed to rebuild that. And, well, Mike Manser before him, he really did a nice job. Mike moved out of town, and Bert came in and took over. That's another story in itself, because I lived across the street from Bert at the time, and it just and Bert has just done so well. I mean, he took the boys to a championship game in 2001, and they just slowly built that team. And he had some good kids. And when he took over, he was coaching the 8th grade girls at that time, and those 8th graders were now seniors. So that kind of enticed him to take that. And then it's grown. He's built this team the way it is now, and he's got some great young ladies that he's got here. And of course, if you talk about Indianola, you got to mention Grace Bird.
Yeah,
she is that. Of course, she scored 36 points the other night. What a great job she's done. But it's not just Grace Berg; it's everybody in this team. And this team, they're called the Tremendous 10. That's what they call it. Yeah, the Tremendous 10. And I mean, they are so together, and it's like a family. I mean, not only the girls, but it's the parents. They've embraced each other, the girls and the community. It just kind of, they knew from the beginning when we started basically back in June, with the camps and doing the different things, and then got to November, we got to that. This thing, it has carried on the way through. And if you were here the other day, from Section 102 over to Section 107, solid gray and purple, and it was it's fantastic to see the community support.
A lot of talk about, them playing not as many 5A teams and how that would impact them. And I talked to some of the players. They said, yeah, we know that. That's a little, maybe a chip on our shoulder, but they've come out and they've answered every challenge so far this year, haven't they?
Well, they have. And, the thing about getting into the leaving the CIML and I think it was a positive thing going into the Little Hawkeye Conference. You got to look at the Little Hawkeye Conference. You got Grinnell up here right now. You've got Pella. Pella Christian just missed it.
Yeah.
I mean, getting here. So it's a conference that you don't see from 2A to 5A in that conference, and it's very solid in the conference, and it's very good basketball. And the teams that not in the conference, we've played teams. Cedar Falls, who we're playing here this afternoon, got to play them. That was our last game of the season, and so we've played quality teams throughout. They're not shying away from anything, and they play very well. They're very focused. So moving into the Little Hawkeye Conference, I think it was a positive thing, not only for the athletics, Dar, but for everything else that's involved. You look at the other outside activities that they have, music, the debate, and everything else at the competition they have there. So it was a very positive move for Indianola, and the Little Hawkeye Conference wanted us in there.
Well, how do you see this game shaping up here then in the semifinal against Cedar Falls today?
Cedar Falls is a very good ball club. I think we won by 10 at the last game of the season for us in Indianola. But here you are. Yeah, you're not looking at that. Say we've already beaten them once. Don't look past that. They're coming up. They're focused. They want to be in that championship game just as much as Indianola does too, and they're very focused. But I look at Indianola with Maggie McGraw and Maddie Sorensen. Maddie Sorensen has really picked it up too. And here's you talk about coming off the bench. We've got two girls that come off the bench on a regular basis. That's Ellie Jensen and Anna Hoyman. Anna Hoyman has been part of this team. Most of these girls have played together since they've been in 5th grade. Grace Berg, I think, moved to town when she was in 5th grade. So they've kind of played together, and they really know each other. And they're really good friends, and that takes a lot onto this stage here, or this court that we have here. The thing about that is, with Anna Hoyman, the adjustments and the things that she has made from her sophomore, junior, and now she's that senior. And when she comes off the bench, she brings that enthusiasm off the bench. I mean, really. I mean, it's just there. You can feel it.
And watching them, you get the sense in a lot of these other teams, they're playing for each other. They're not playing for me. They're playing for each other as a team, and they get that concept, and you see that in the way they play, don't you?
You really do, and you see that. When I mention family, and sometimes it's an overused word that people say, well, these guys are family. Well, they are. They seriously are. I mean, it's like if you talk to them and you ask them a question, the girl next to her will finish the sentence for her. And they joke about that.
Well, when you spend that much time together through basketball camps and teams and all that, you do. The parents get that. I haven't been a parent. I know that too. You get that both ways.
Yeah, go ahead.
We appreciate you joining us here and giving us a little preview on that. And I'm looking forward to that game. It's going to be a good one. And of course, semifinals are all good games here, and it should be a good one. Rick Wilson, thanks for joining us here at halftime. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with a second half here of this one, Cedar Rapids Xavier and North Scott, coming up right after this.
Hey, it's annual enrollment for most Iowa HealthLink members. If you signed up in April last year, you can change plans or keep things the way they are. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, I'll probably check out all the plans again. I'm thinking about switching. I just want to make some healthy changes this year. Who do you have?
I'm staying with Amerigroup. I get all the regular benefits plus lots of extras. Rewards for getting checkups and free Weight Watchers.
Wow, that sounds great. I'm going with Amerigroup too.
Choose Amerigroup. Call 1-800-338-8366 today.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history.
Honesty, integrity, hard work, discipline.
Hi, I'm Greg Schottenkirk, and for over 50 years, our dealerships have been built on these principles.
I'm Doug DeArmond, managing partner. For the last 12 years, we've shown Waukee a new way of doing business.
And now we're going to show Ford buyers in Indianola the same way.
Introducing the all-new Schottenkirk Ford in Indianola. Schottenkirk Ford of Indianola. Now 2 stores and 1 name to better serve you. SchottenkirkFord.com.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done all in one place. G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Hey, it's annual enrollment.
If my wife is watching, she knows my abilities in math are never really there. It took me the last minute to figure out what you were telling me. What's 23 minus 12? And I'm like, I said that it was a 9-point quarter for Xavier. It was an 11-point quarter, 17-11 North Scott. Right. In that second quarter, and North Scott leads 28-23.
Did you get coffee today? You've been a little off this morning.
You know, I have to admit, I got my suit on this morning, and I realized I didn't put a belt on. I have it now, but at the time when I'd gotten dressed the normal routine, I am just kind of.
You're nervous about tonight, aren't you?
I got a lot on the brain.
Yeah, you do.
You know, it's like you put all this stuff in. It's like you put earplugs in. You know, it's the old MASH line. I think they asked Hawkeye, how do you keep all that? How do you doctors keep all that stuff straight? I wear earplugs.
You're probably like me. I go home at night and I sit down and I ask my wife, "What's going on in the rest of the world?" Because you know we're immersed in this, and I said, "What's happening?"
I had to reintroduce myself to my children a couple of times. Hi, I'm your dad.
Yeah. But it's fun.
This week for sure.
Yeah. Well, Peter's wife is glad that he's here all week.
Gets him out of her hair.
Yeah. She enjoys that.
You that too?
Yeah, Mary always says that to me. So.
That's the last time I've invited her to a game.
Well, you know, she doesn't have to tell us. We just know,
Yeah,
Peter.
we know. We can tell.
All right, so Xavier, what are they talking about at halftime, Dar?
Well, more movement on offense. Keep the offense moving. Defensively, you got to, keep your head up. It's starting the second half. You got a couple fouls on the Vester, but she can come back out and play tough. But I think move the ball around on offense, get some good movement, and get good shots.
And they're moving it in early on. It's just too much of a pass for Noonan to handle, and the Lancers push it. Rucker drives in. Oh, she does that I'm going to leave move, and then it didn't work. Rebound, Buffelli, blocked by Amelia Ivester. Wow, what a play.
And North Scott, that's what they want to keep doing, keep attacking.
Oh, nice drive to the rack for two. Caitlin Daniels.
Now, we didn't see much of that in the first half of taking that drive.
Lead down to 3. Just like that, a stop and a score.
Man-to-man by Xavier.
Buffelli way out from the paint. Not anymore. Drop step, move left, shoot to the right, curl around and good.
Nice seal of Ivester on her back there and got right in front of her, bent over a little bit, sealed her off, and turned around. And that's a post move that Tammy Blackstone will be proud of.
And she'll tell you all about it in that next game.
Yep.
She gets ready to work the game with you. Good put back on the weak side, rebound by Amelia Ivester.
So we're seeing Xavier attack the basket here early going. Block out, just pick it back up.
Case to Buffelli. 8-footer, no good. Tipped away by, that was Lusart. Rucker now, that's Riley. That's Case, and that's Carly Rucker. Lusart traveled.
Just one little hop skip too much.
I thought for a minute her shoes looked a little orange. They are just really red.
Pace pretty quick here coming out of the halftime gate. They're both pushing the ball a little more, attacking. I think both coaches have told them, hey, let's go at it. Leave nothing out there.
A little bit of post going on with Noonan. She'll come back out to the wing. Try to trade places with Brown. Driving, kicking now for Stanek in the corner. And that's going to be a foul on Rucker. Carly gets whistled there. So Rucker, I asked Carly, how did you and I find her? And she said it was 2 years ago at a regional final game against Western Dubuque. 3-pointer on the way, and good for Lexi Noonan. Timeout. Lancers.
Tie ball game.
Tied at 30 when we come back.
I'm an environmentalist working hard to protect Iowa's natural resources.
I'm an employer committed to providing a safe workplace for Iowans.
I'm a farmer consistently producing quality products for consumers worldwide.
I'm an animal welfare advocate, protecting and promoting animal well-being in everything I do.
We're Iowa hog farmers, and we care.
And we care.
Honesty, integrity, hard work, discipline.
Hi, I'm Greg Schottenkirk, and for over 50 years, our dealerships have been built on these principles.
I'm Doug DeArmond, managing partner. For the last 12 years, we've shown Waukee a new way of doing business.
And now we're going to show Ford buyers in Indianola the same way.
Introducing the all-new Schottenkirk Ford in Indianola. Schottenkirk Ford of Indianola. Now 2 stores and 1 name to better serve you. SchottenkirkFord.com.
So Rucker, there you see her coming out. Rucker made an impression on the UNI coaches because they were watching 2 of the players for Western Dubuque, Rose Simon Ressler and Megan Moss, who ended up being Panthers, and they saw, who's this Rucker girl from North Scott? Inquired about it, offered her a scholarship shortly after, or at least started talking on her recruitment, and that's how she'll be a Panther next year for Tanya Warren in Cedar Falls. Good ball movement by the Lady Lancers. 5.5 to play. 3-pointer on the way. The other Rucker, that's a shot missed by Riley, and she gets the rebound, and then Stanik's going to get whistled for the foul.
Yeah, and UNI, if it weren't for Drake having such a great season, UNI would be right there at the top of the valley. That's, both of them have battled back and forth, and Drake came out on top in both those games, but otherwise it'd be UNI at the top of the Missouri Valley women's standings there, I believe.
Drake finished the regular season in the Valley undefeated with a win over Missouri State. Missouri State's big recruit. Had a pretty good game last night for Pocahontas, Ellie Ruffridge, 48. Want to watch that game? It's on CISN.TV. Presley Case for 3, no good. Tipped away by Ivester, and Brown and Noonan come up with it. Stanek dribbles it on the red part of the paint on the outside of the black line, which means it's a turnover.
That's too bad. Stanek was set up for an open 3 there, a little better pass, but just a little too much on it, and she wasn't able to get it. But if she gets that, she's in a great position to maybe pop a 3.
Tied at 30, our first tie of the game. Xavier's biggest lead is 1, which came with a second left at the quarter, and Carly Rucker says lead no longer. Now back to the Lancers. Brown drives and leaves for Ivester. Good collapse on the defense by Buffelli. Tell you what, North Scott's got a pretty darn good nucleus. A couple of freshmen in this mix. Drive. Oh, what a move. Travel. A couple of times I've seen that allowed this week, and then a couple of times I've seen that called.
Yeah.
And I may have missed a step because her foot was blocked, so I very well could have missed a step there.
Missed a step?
Missed a step that she took. Oh, is that a joke? Missed a step? Oh, that's funny. Peter's been here too long, darn. We need to talk about this. I think he's going to need some help. 30 games on CISN.TV this week. Games 31, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 3 on the way, no good by Rucker, and it's off of Riley Rucker after Carly's shot goes long. Her and Hannah Moeller fighting for it.
You almost could have called Noonan for giving her a little shove from behind there, but
letting them play. That's which has been great this week. We've seen a lot of great play.
In the scramble situations, 50-50 balls, they are letting him play.
I think if you leave your feet from like 30 feet away, they'll probably call you for a foul.
Yeah.
Oh, nice move. Go to the right, then to the left by Noonan.
But Moeller stayed right with her. Good defense by Moeller, stayed right with her. And looked like she's going to have an open shot, but Moeller forced her into throwing that away.
Lancers with it, 3.5 to go, third quarter, up by 2. Berthoud State final on the docket, and Ivester the block.
And then Carly Rucker helping out a little bit. She goes, that was tip, wasn't it? Yeah, our ball.
Tipped. Just like a slight little thing.
Yeah, a little bit. Just the energy here you're seeing out of both of these teams.
Up top. Rucker. Now the three on the way. No good for Lusart. Rebound.
But throws
Lancers,
away.
but right to Brown. That's Noonan. Block. And that time, Lusart, and I think that very easily, is that her third? Yeah, her third. All right, hey, for Mid-American Energy, putting power in your hands means helping keep families safe. To learn more, visit midamericanenergy.com. First free throw is good by Lexi Noonan, the senior. Bends, throws it in. Tie game.
Well, Northcott had a big advantage in shooting free throws in the first half, but flipping back, Xavier shooting a few more here in the second half.
Rucker to Case. Bogner says, maybe. Oh, and I was just going to say, here comes the pick from the side. I saw Daniels coming. I don't think anybody else did. Stanek shot, no good. Tipped away. Back to Kylie Brown, and give Stanek and Daniels credit on making that all happen.
Oh, Daniels with the steal and then the tip back to keep it alive a couple times there on that possession.
Biggest lead of the game for the Saints at 2, 34-32. It's all about runs. Oh, nice leading pass to Buffelli is back in the bucket.
Right there. Sometimes you see that too much on it and it goes out of bounds. Right in the hands for her to come up and put it off the glass. Beautiful pass.
Tied for the third time this quarter and the game. As we hit the 2-minute mark. Noonan. Oh, might have been open there on that. If she could have just stepped back and shot it. Oh, nice drive and kick. Brown got it, and
does that go against Bogner? Yep, Bogner called for the push.
So Bogner gets the third foul, and she'll have to sit down.
She saw her player behind her and tried to give her a little push to move her off the pass.
Saints get it back. I think it was supposed to be for Stovey. She just didn't know it. Stovey kicks it. Left side, good.
Oh, great movement. Into the pivot, back out for the open look.
Noonan. Back to 2 points in favor of the Saints. Case thought about it.
Buffelli and Stovey going at it down low.
Moeller, back to Case. Boy, Daniels just on her like a glove. Moeller. Case is fouled by Stanek.
Seemed like the intensity's ratcheting up a little bit here, Paul. We go to just over a minute left in the third.
My thanks to the crew here at Wells Fargo Arena, the camera work that we've had this week and making some changes. I know a couple of you were wanting the team names, not the team nicknames, and you can see on the score there it says Xavier and North Scott. And the shot is off the mark. Buffelli the rebound and one.
And the power putback. You got it. Don't bring it down low. You take it right straight up, power it through the defense, and draw the foul.
Look at that move.
Yep.
Look at that move.
Here it is. Boom, right up.
And one.
And you like to see your post player get that foul and convert the free throw.
We were tied for a moment, and now it's a 1-point advantage for the Lancers. 45 seconds to play, third quarter. Three-pointer from way out by Daniels, chased down by the Saints, and then just not able to grab it is Emily Jasper. And North Scott will have it with 38.1 in the quarter. I don't think they're going to hold it for one. I think they're just going to play.
Yep.
Coach Case just says, get down there, get down there. Three-pointer, Moeller. Weak side board comes to Stanek. And now with 15 seconds to go. Saints looking for a good one here. Steffen, guarded by Rucker, pulls up her dribble. 5 seconds. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound. Steffen's called for the foul with 2.2. Not the best angle for me to make a judgment call on that.
Yeah, hard to tell.
2 seconds. One. Oh, and a travel.
Oh, that's big because they got
.7.
And they got it in the front court there, close to the basket.
Right in front of the Xavier bench.
Gives you a lot more options.
So now Xavier can take .7. You can't do much. I don't know how many plays Tom Lilly has for .7. Catch and shoot, it'll be good if it goes, but it won't. So we're going to move to the fourth quarter with the Lancers clinging to a 1-point lead.
It's Truck Month at the all-new Schottenkirk Ford in Indianola. Get $12,000 off select new F-150s and a 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. $12,000 off select new F-150s. Or get 0% for 72 months. To bulk up fresh local trades, Schottenkirk Ford is in a position to give you more for your trade. The Schottenkirk Experience, now available in Indianola. The all-new Schottenkirk Ford of Indianola. SchottenkirkFord.com. It's Truck Month.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing. 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we've got it all.
North Scott 37, Xavier of Cedar Rapids 36. This is the 2017 Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament. From Wells Fargo Arena, Paul Yeager and Dar Danielson courtside. 8 minutes separate the Lancers and the Saints from a date in the finals Saturday night at 6 o'clock to face the winner of Pella and Marion coming up next. But right now we're locked in a good one. The Lancers in white from North Scott. The Saints in blue from Cedar Rapids. Buffelli's pass interior, and then Mueller somehow gets it and then gets a shot off and is fouled in the act.
Yeah, Kylie Brown had blocked a shot of Buffelli, and Mueller got it back and put it up. Cedar Rapids led after the first quarter. North Scott has led after the second and third.
First free throw is good. From focusing on food safety to promoting animal care, protecting Iowa's natural resources, to enhancing the quality of life in their communities, Iowa pig farmers are doing it right. To learn more, visit iowapork.org. Great look there during the replay as both free throws by Mueller are good. 3-point lead now. Saints lots of time in this game. No need to panic. Go, nice move by Noonan. No good.
Buffelli with a board.
I don't think Rucker cares if there's anybody on her left or right. She'll just go. Mueller probably got away with a reach if you ask the Xavier fans who are behind us. And then there'll be a foul on Carly Rucker, the senior. That's her third. So Carly, 20 points in the quarterfinal opener. She's got 9 in this semifinal. If you're trying to keep her in check, it's working. Great ball movement. Oh, Stanek was wide open underneath the hoop. And then we're going to have another foul on
inside.
North Scott.
Yep.
And it's going to be on Moeller.
One more, and they'll be in the 1-1. Or no, they're 5. Okay, that was on North Scott. So Xavier. Both teams have 5 now, so 2 more before we're in the 1-1 for either of them.
Figuring out who can shoot the best at free throws. Stanek for 3. No good. Brown fighting for it. So's Muller, but coming away with it is Riley Rucker. She'll drive. Oh, I thought she was going to do that move again where she goes to the hoop like, I'm leaving. No, I'm not.
Well, she saw two defenders, so smart to dribble it back out.
And there was about a head advantage and height differential there. The runner won't go for Lusart, and it's corralled by the Saints.
Daniels
still with it. Stolen away. Carly Rucker. That was Riley, sorry. And it'll be tipped off the hands of Brown, and it'll stay Lancer ball with 6:14. Coming back in is Presley Case. The Lancers had losses to Assumption, Bettendorf, Hempstead, Davenport North, and Pleasant Valley. Assumption played here at the state tournament, and we'll come back to the state tournament after this timeout.
I'm an environmentalist working hard to protect Iowa's natural resources.
I'm an employer committed to providing a safe workplace for Iowans.
I'm a farmer consistently producing quality products for consumers worldwide.
I'm an animal welfare advocate, protecting and promoting animal well-being in everything I do.
We're Iowa hog farmers, and we care.
And we care.
Oh, they cut the song right as we were coming out. Aren't you all glad? You don't need to see me do my CeeLo impersonation. Back inside Wells Fargo Arena, North Scott leads Xavier 39-36. 6:14 to play in the contest. Paul Yeager, Dar Danielson, courtside. This Class 4A semifinal. We got one more semifinal to go in 4A, then 2 and 5A, and then we start handing out trophies for champions.
Has 3 been the biggest?
Block by Noonan. Wow.
Hello, Noonan.
Hello, Noonan. I was doing the Caddyshack earlier. You're doing the Seinfeld reference.
A variation, yes.
Yes. I wish he had some personality. Muller, cut by Case, had it for a moment, and Rucker just keeps going to the turf. Buffelli. And I say go to the turf, she goes to the rack. 17 for Grace Buffelli.
Presley Case with the assist.
And now the lead is 5. Saints can't convert, and then a double dribble by Presley Case right in front of the bench. Tom Lilly. I want to finish one thing about Tom Lilly. I had started earlier. You know, he'd been an assistant, or he'd been the head coach at Regis back when there was that school. He said he coached football in about 86, 87. I said, so was that Kurt Warner fella one of your kids? Goes, actually, I had him as a freshman quarterback. I said, did you know then? He goes, nah, we just told him to turn around and hand it off then. We didn't know, but he keeps doesn't keep in contact with Warner, but Warner remembers him. They were at a stoplight a couple of years ago after Warner had won the Super Bowl MVP. They were at the same stoplight, and they looked at each other, and they rolled down the window and talked to one another, and Warner said to Lilly, hey, good season, coach. And Lilly looks at him and goes, pretty good season for you there, MVP.
A foul on Kylie Brown.
Oh, is there a game going on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I get so excited sometimes. Nice cut by Buffelli. Somehow she gets it back, but not for long because Stanek stepped in front of it. 2-on-1. Nice dish.
Oh, good
Noonan
luck.
gets it to go. Oh, wow. Nice play.
Nice trail, too, to come in there.
That was the key part of that play. Absolutely. Case open for the 3, thought about it, said she's going to shoot it, but the whistle was before the shot, and it was going to be, I think it's away from the shot.
Yeah.
It won't matter because
push.
it's the 7th team foul, so it's a 1-and-1. But Case doesn't shoot the free throws because it was not the foul on her defender.
No, it was.
And it's
Did
on,
she get hit?
I think Riley Rucker, they're just looking at her in the face.
Yeah, she had her hands up there. If she got poked in the eye or something, she's still wiping her face, and now the official's coming over. He's going to let her go to the side.
You can always shop Fairway's full-service meat counter for the best USDA choice beef, all natural pork and chicken. To learn more, visit fairway.com. And is it a contact?
No, I think might be bloody nose a little bit. Her got hit in the nose. So
and North Scott will have to take a timeout because you can't sit there and let your player.
So the trainer, I think she might got popped in the nose, and they're worried a little bit of bloody nose there.
And you want Rucker to shoot the free throws if you can. This is Riley Rucker, and she's the sophomore. She shoots 78.3%.
Yeah.
The only one better on the team is her sister Carly at 87.8. You know, the free throws last night. Did you know that Ellie Ruffridge has not missed a free throw in the tournament? She's 24 of 24 in the tournament. And her 16 for 16 last night was a record. She beat her own record of 15 the year before.
Wow.
So free throw shooting is so important for these teams that are going to be playing for championships.
I got a sneaking suspicion she might show up on the all-tournament team again. Do you think?
Ruffridge?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, we talked about doing a story on her for IPTV's coverage, and you know the guys. I just don't know, and it's a good thing that they talked me into it. That was a good idea. She is something to watch. I had somebody ask me on Twitter here a moment ago, how good is Ruffridge? And I said, absolutely as good as advertised. As the first free throw is good by Riley Rucker. She has the contact issue addressed, or the blood addressed. Makes them both. That's why you want her shooting them. The lead is 5.
Yeah, 5. So with about halfway through the fourth quarter, Xavier needs a couple good possessions here and some stops to kind of pull back even.
Let's see what Stanek can do. She's kind of been a spark plug for him here in this quarter. Noonan back to Brown, and now Stanek top of the key. Still a little bit of not much motion to this offense, since then there is the turnaround by Ivester. Back to 3. Moeller. Buffelli gets the pass back. That time I don't know if she had to put it on the ground.
No.
And Ivester's going to be whistled, and that'll be her 4th.
Yeah, you're right. She might have been a little better off to just take it up. And
sometimes players think they have to put it on the floor every single time. But it was Lussart that was fouled. She converts the first one. Hey, basketball fans, save money while in Greater Des Moines. The Catch Des Moines Fun Pass features deals and discounts at places like Fong's Pizza, the Science Center of Iowa, and MB2 Raceway. Lussart now with 6. Make it 7.
so that'd be 17 of 22 free throws for North Scott. Over 75% at the free throw line overall in the game so far.
Stanek for 3. It was long, and it was a long shot. Rucker fighting for it. Saints get it, and they're fouled.
And there again, Noonan sealed off Buffelli, or Moeller rather, and drew the foul. And a good look to pass to put it in the right place. Didn't come too far inside with it and force the foul. So North Scott, next one is their 7th foul.
So we'll shoot free throws the rest of the way on the whistles for fouls. Nice move, travel. A little too good of a move, according to the officials. But man, the Xavier fans don't like that.
She didn't either. She said, "I come out two." No, it wasn't 2 steps. It was 1. There was a hesitation there, and I'd have to see the replay to know for sure. But
it's a tough job.
Yep.
And they're trained in that. I am not, so I let it be. Buffelli's open. Case. Moeller. Buffelli not open. Good defense down there. 3-pointer by Moeller. Long rebound. Rucker. Carly to the rescue. Carly's hardly even touched the basketball in this fourth quarter.
no, she hasn't really.
That's when you kind of get scared if you're the defense. And now the Lancers are pulling it out a little
Spread
bit.
it. There
Up
you
5.
go.
Oh,
And
they get Case on the back door. Presley Case.
I don't know if they call that from the sideline, but you're right. They just kind of pulled it out, spread the defense, and looked for the back cut. And it was a great offensive move there.
Timeout, Tom Lilly. We'll step away. 2:16 to play here in the semifinals.
For most Iowa HealthLink members, if you signed up in April last year, you can change plans or keep things the way they are. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, I'll probably check out all the plans again. I'm thinking about switching. I just want to make some healthy changes this year. Who do you have?
I'm staying with AmeriGroup. I get all the regular benefits plus lots of extras. Rewards for getting checkups and free Weight Watchers.
Wow, that sounds great. I'm going with AmeriGroup too.
Choose AmeriGroup. Call 1-800-338-8366 today.
Hey, it's annual.
The Saints down 7 here with 2:16 to play. And I tell you what, that move to get Presley, Case open.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't know if the bench called that or what, but you started to call it. They spread it out and just perfectly. They had Xavier scrambling anyway. They spread it out and go with the back cut and get the easy layup, and it was just a great call at the time.
Well, thank you. Oh, you meant the coaching staff.
The coaching or if the players did that.
Oh, and that's a turnover on the Saints. Just off the hands of Daniels. Oh, she was driving. She was there. Just didn't go. She said, oops, if you can read lips. I think that's the TV version of what she said, right?
Yeah.
Mom would not be pleased.
I think Mom would probably read it differently. I think she knows.
So pressure now, full court by Xavier. They need to get some stops or get a steal.
And they're going to get the steal right there. That's going to be a travel, and now Stanek doesn't like that at all. She was tied up going through it there. She was trying to do that fadeaway run, and here's the thing, if North Scott can't break the pressure, that time Rucker just dribbles through it. Now here come 3 Saints. Someone's got to be open. Buffelli was. She still had, that was Brown on her, and now the Lancers will move it around as the Saints are trying to go into a trap, half court. Case thought about it for a 3 for a minute, and then she's going to be fouled by Stanek, and Stanek just shakes her head.
And back to that was a good piece of officiating too, because that is official. You know these players, it's tight, and it's the fourth quarter of the semifinal. She expressed herself. She wasn't trying to show him up. She was just in the moment. You know, sometimes you could come right in there, tee him up, but no, they understood what was going on, and she was just more upset with herself than anything.
You know, I asked Bert Hansen, head coach at Indianola, the other day. I said, were you close to a tee, do you think? And he said, no, I don't think so. I was able to say my piece. He says the best thing that has happened to coaches not getting technicals now is the unbuckling of the seatbelt rule where the coaches can walk. He says you can burn off a lot of frustration because when you pop off the bench, that's when the official really got upset.
Yeah.
Both free throws good by Carly Rucker.
Because everybody's seeing that. It looks like it's, aimed at the official. But if you're just standing there and then here's a 3.
3, good! Noonan! Cuts it to 6 with 1:21 to play. And we'll take a timeout. We'll be back. This is the Central Iowa Sports Network.
This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream, we make history by nearly doubling our clean energy as part of our 100% renewable vision. With this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger. And together, we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service. This is Iowa. And here, we don't just dream, we make history by nearly doubling our clean energy as part of our 100% renewable vision. With this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger. And together, we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Minute 21 to play. North Scott up by 6. Pressure coming from Xavier. Buffelli. Now Rucker looks to break and dribble around, and then there'll be a foul by Kylie Brown, and that I think is her fourth. It is.
And North Scott's been cashing in at the free throw line, 19 and 24 for 79% so far in the ball game. So when they've gone to the line, they made the most of it so far here, just missing 5.
Riley Rucker, 6 points so far, now 7. For over 100 years, expertise and experience have made Lincoln Savings Bank the bank of choice for thousands of Iowans. Join with Lincoln Savings Bank as your lifelong financial partner. Second one's good. 8 now for Rucker. Lead back to 9, or to 8. Stolen away, and then fouled. Noonan had to reach in, no choice, prevent the breakaway.
Yeah, and that was
by
smart.
Carly Rucker.
And it stops the clock here at 105, because if you let her drive down, even if you follow her down and foul her after she gets into the front court, you burn a bunch more time off the clock. Xavier didn't look like they were going for the 3 to set it up down there this last time down there. Just looked like maybe they're trying to drive and score. We'll see if they set up for a 3 next time down.
Second free throw good.
As we go to a 9-point lead.
Now 9. North Scott's led most of this game. The biggest lead the Saints had was 2. And getting the shot to fall, Lexi Noonan. She now has 15. And a foul the other way, actually 16 for Noonan now. So Riley Rucker, between Carly and Riley, they have gone to the free throw line 15, now 16 times. And have made 13 of those. Tom Lilly looks on. "32 years of coaching. He said, when I was younger, we used to stay the week and enjoy it. But now I like to sleep in my own bed and have the team do it." They left Cedar Rapids this morning. They're going to be heading home to Cedar Rapids on the down end if something doesn't change quickly for the Saints.
Oh, and that's big there. You get the foul, stop the clock, a chance to make points. You make free throws, then you can go into your press off the made free throw.
Noonan, good. Now 17. Lexi, 6 of 11 from the field, now 3 of 3 from the free throw line. 4-4.
And here comes the pressure. Well, after the timeout.
Good call. You're watching the state basketball tournament on CISN.TV.
Ask anyone you know. They will tell you the best meat comes from Fairway. We take pride in our meat counter and choose nothing but the best choice beef for our customers. From ribeyes to ribs, chicken to brats, we have them all. From grilling season to crock-pot weather, we have you covered. Fairway, best at choice beef.
An environmentalist working hard to protect Iowa's natural resources.
I'm an employer committed to providing a safe workplace for Iowans.
I'm a farmer consistently producing quality products for consumers worldwide.
I'm an animal welfare advocate, protecting and promoting animal well-being in everything I do.
We're Iowa hog farmers, and we care.
And we care.
One of the unsung heroes of the girls' state tournament, Vince Rubino on DJ. He is fantastic.
Make me a mixtape.
You should have him make a mixtape of all of.
It's funny. Tape.
Presley Case gets the inbounds, and she's dribbling around. And the Lancers, if they can get it across the timeline now, just trying to play keep away. And Stanik's going to be whistled for the foul. And that's her fourth. Vince Rubino, he keeps the music flowing, keeps one song off the speakers, keeps the rest of them flowing. I'm just too chicken to say what song that is, Peter. I'm just dancing around it as best I can. Free throw is good by Carly Rucker, and the second one is good. Carly Rucker from the free throw line tonight. She is 6 of 7. Nice move by Noonan. Back to 7. It's foul, Stanek, and if it is on Stanek, she's done. It is on Stanek, and that is number 5. So
yeah.
Kiana Stanek, the senior, will foul out with 1 point, but she had the tough job of trying to contend these great guards that North Scott has. Oh, Lusart, the shooter's touch.
And that's just the story of the game for North Scott and the frustration for Xavier. They're going to the line, towing the line, and making those free throws, and just you can't get back into it when they do that.
North Scott, 82% from the free throw line. And that percentage will go up as both of them from Lusart go in. Saints have got to go. Down 9 with under 15 seconds to play. Noonan drives, tipped around, loose ball. 15-footer no good by the Saints. Rebound comes. Daniels was on the line with the ball. It'll go back to North Scott with 6.6. And if the Lancers can get it in here, they are going to advance to the title game. Rucker gets it in to Moeller. Stolen away. Blocked by Moeller. 3 seconds. 2, 1. And the Lady Lancers from North Scott are headed to the 4A title game.
6 o'clock Saturday.
They've got plans Saturday night. There's no Whitey's ice cream for these girls.
Meet the winner of our next game, Marion and Pella.
North Scott controlled the rebounds tonight, Dar, 38-21. And then from the free throw line, they shot 34 free throws.
And made 28 of them
for an 82% clip. Xavier, 9 of 11 from the free throw line for 81%. So you're looking at 28 points from the stripe.
And 19 more from the free throw line. Xavier had 9 free throws to 28, so that's a lot of those came during the fourth quarter.
Commemorative basketball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, title sponsor of the Girls Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the Girls Athletic Union are Jean Berger and Karen Brown. Congratulations to head coach Tom Lilly and the Saints from Cedar Rapids Xavier on an outstanding basketball season. North Scott fans, your team advances to the Class 4A championship game, where they will face Marion or Pella on Saturday night at 6 p.m.
Well, Dar, let's take a look at, we'll see some of the highlights here in a moment. Grace Buffelli led North Scott with 17 points tonight. And she really got them started early. It was a 5-0. I'm sorry, it was a 6-0 start by Grace Buffelli on moves like that on the inside turnaround. And then Xavier got things going. It took them a little while. Lexi Noonan with 20 points. And Kiana Stanek missed that shot, but again, it was Noonan on the rebound. Nice backdoor cut there to Buffelli on the assist from Rucker, and then Buffelli cleaning it up on the boards as well. Buffelli had 9 rebounds in the contest. But this was probably my favorite play of the game. The backdoor cut, Presley Case's only 2 points, but they were big.
Yeah, it kind of ignited them late, didn't it?
It did. And then the 3 from Daniels, she did everything she could, and North Scott advances to the title game, 6 o'clock Saturday night.
One thing they don't show in the highlights, they never do, is a free throw made, but that was the big key, too, down the stretch for North Scott.
I'm going to have to look it up for team free throws in a game, but that was big. All right, so, Dar, you now have Pella and Marion. That's coming up, and you'll have then 2 5A games, and then you are done. This is my last game on CISN for the tournament. I want to thank you so very much for doing such a great job, yeoman's work, handling so many games.
You too, and I'll be watching you with interest tonight to see what you guys have done with your specials and the way you guys handle the coverage. You do a great job,
Got
too.
a couple of coaches and some other interviews cooked up, and we'll do that. So Peter Tarpey, thank you, as also to Dave Mabel for all of his work. Go to our Facebook page, Central Iowa Sports Network. It's always great to be a part here and have such a great opportunity. All right, for Dar Daniels, for Peter Tarpey, and the rest of us at CISN, I'm Paul Yeager. North Scott, your winner, on to the championship game on Saturday night with a 58-49 win. So long for just a while.
Thanks for watching our live coverage of the 2017 Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament on the Central Iowa Sports Network. You can check CISN.TV for a replay of this game. The free coverage of today's game brought to you on CISN by Mid-American Energy, CenturyLink, Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottling Company, and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. That's all for now from Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines.